Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be making chicken broth. In a previous video I've already made chicken stock, but this is my first attempt at chicken broth. It is very similar, but they are different in the fact that chicken stock you use only the bones, and chicken broth you can use bones and the meat to make it. They both require me to cut up lots of vegetables, such as celery, carrots, garlic, and onions, and throw them all into a crock pot with the meat to cook in about 12 cups of water overnight. In the morning, I take the cooked broth and I separate the broth from the vegetables by dumping it into the strainer that I have in the sink that is sitting in a pot. It is very hot and very hard to do while pregnant, but I make do anyways. I then remove the strainer and I place the pot that is in the sink with the broth in it into the fridge to cool down to separate the fat from the broth. I then grabbed my nifty metal strainer to try to get the fat out, but it did not work, so I finally wised up and I just put the strainer into a pot and I dumped the broth straight into the pot, hoping that that would catch all the fat that I needed to get out of it. It didn't, but hey, it's a learning curve, it's a learning process. It got a lot of the fat. It saved me a lot of work. And honestly, I'm just glad to have it done. If any of you have recommendations of what I could do with the fat in the future, I would greatly appreciate it. As of now, I just trash it all because I don't know exactly what to do with it. I then brought the broth to a boil and stuck it into my hot mason jars that I had just had in my pressure canner. I filled them up till about 1 inch headspace or 1.5 inch headspace, put their lids on, and stuck them back into the pressure canner to cook. I'm used to doing water bath canning, so every time I have to put on the lid, it kind of freaks me out. I put the lid on nice and tight. It was already boiling when I put the lid on, so it was kind of harder to secure it this time. Once the steam was jetting out, I put on the pressure gauge and let it build up to 13 or 14 psi. And once it hit that, I let it cook for about 30 minutes, removed the pressure gauge, depressurized, and then it was done. I thought I was just recording, but I wasn't. I just pulled these out of the pressure canner, and I did have 3 that I filled up, but my 3rd one was floating around in there, so I took it out and only pressurized these 2, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Made some chicken broth. It's a good step up from chicken stock, I think. I have learned some new things, and I'm so glad. Yeah, thanks for joining me in the process. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.